in the parking lot right now, so.
Okay.
We'll see. We don't have anybody in the.
Robert,
Yes.
Cindy's not going to be here today. Can you do time?
Sure, I can do that.
Are we going to have Ramona this morning?
I hadn't heard otherwise.
Okay, good.
Is Kathy set up?
No, she's set up for tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here's the share screen. You can do this. Okay. Share screen. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That should be what there.
Do y'all see like a gray computer thing up there? Put the big time tree.
Do what now?
We're just making sure you can see the share screen. Can you see the
Can you
big
see
time?
pictometry now?
No, I always sees the room. There we go.
Minimize that. Just minimize that too. You can leave it like that if you want.
This up here.
No, I was saying you can leave that over here. And then I think you should start like here. Pull this one back over here. There. Okay. And then way you can do your stuff and get started. We'll let you know as soon as somebody comes in.
Okay.
That to be shared. This is what we're going to do all the time. This
Yeah.
is all we're showing. We're not going to show. We don't need to show the ring. We need to just show evidence.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't need to see us.
Morning,
How was
Ramona.
everybody?
Good.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I got this big blue screen and I didn't see you come in.
Yeah, I have the same thing.
There you all are. Can you see each other now?
Oh, we can see.
No,
Yeah.
On the big blue screen, the four little ones?
Yeah,
in
we
the corner. Morning, Scott.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Ramona, Cindy's not going to be here, so we're it.
You, me, and Robert?
Yep.
Okay. Do we have an agent this morning?
I believe it's all individuals, and many of them were planning on coming in, but so far we don't have anyone in the parking lot. And we don't have anyone on, in the waiting room on Zoom
Okay.
either. Guess that's also a good thing about you all being at home. If there turns out that there aren't people,
Yeah, we can just come back.
you can just say, okay, I'll go do something else for a few minutes.
Right.
Okay, the clock is running.
Alrighty. Is Robert here yet?
I'm here.
Morning.
Good morning.
First one's getting instructions on how to call in. So we have someone here. Well, someone about to be here.
Scott, do you know who it is?
It is Melanson, case 1184.
Who?
On the first page, last person, last case.
On first page?
One, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Delicon.
Go.
This is the, do you know the telephone number on it? I mean, there's one
I
person,
don't, but they're the only one.
There, okay. There's one person, I'm going to bring them in.
I entered everything in.
Okay.
Hello.
Morning.
Morning.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. This is Charlie Powers at the Appraisal Review Board. How are you?
We are great. This is Mac and Laura Malafo.
Okay, let me just get a piece of paper out here. Okay. Everybody ready?
I'm ready.
Who's at the table? Mike's at the table?
I am.
Okay. Opening a hearing on case number 2020-1184, account 58434.
Today the,
This hearing is being, I'm sorry?
no, sorry, go ahead.
This hearing is being recorded. We're the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protests today. The people on the board are myself, Charles Powers, Robert Dayton, and Ramona LeBlanc. Mike Soto is sitting at the table as the district representative. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. The Comptroller's Office provides an electronic survey for you to offer feedback about your experience today. It may be accessed at the appraisal district office or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. Survey is voluntary, but we do appreciate it if you take it. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. Do we have all of your evidence, ma'am?
Yes, sir, I believe so.
Thank you. The ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. And I'll begin with I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 4166F.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I am physically located in Texas.
I, Ramona LeBlanc, do solemnly swear that I've not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
My name is Val Smith. I'm a notary public. I am witnessing Mr. Powers, Mr. Dayton's, and Ms. LeBlanc's signatures via Zoom, and I'm physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath. Ma'am, I'm assuming that you are under oath for the duration of this hearing as you have signed the affidavit. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
My name is Michael Soto. I do solemnly swear affirm the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Ma'am, do you have an appraiser's license in the state of Texas?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have it on handy the procedure times for the hearing? It was
Yes.
page 5 in your package.
Yes,
You
sir.
have that?
Yes, I do have that.
Excellent. You have a choice to make. You can decide whether you go first or whether the district goes first.
Okay.
hear
I don't know.
Let's hear the district go
Sorry.
first.
Okay. My husband and I are both on this call. We're just in two different locations.
Okay, the district goes first, Mike?
Certainly. The subject property is, in the Dowdy and Mathis area. The subject property is at 1421 South Dowdy Street. A couple of years ago, we had some sales in the area that indicated a value change just due to market. This was one of the sales that we actually used. If you look at evidence number 1, it was actually one of the landmarkers back at that time. Since that time, there's been a couple of what we call trailer pads. They're really just they're units that are there associated with the ability to put a particular either a RV or a mobile home. You can see that we currently have a value of $39,180. The things under protest are market value, unequal compared with other properties, and an other box was checked. And underneath other, it said improvements value were incorrect. And so I'm going to address the market value and the equity. So on my sales grid, you can see what we have is we currently have the subject property. It's at 1421 South Dowdy. Some of the sales that we have in that area that are recent, you can see that you have that Manning Market Southwest, Manning Cove South, and the Manning Market South. Those are the areas to the south, in the south part of the town. You can see that Dowdy and San Antonio and Fuqua is all in that same area. The very first sale was $30,000, $30,510. And you can see that it has the exact same land square footage. It only has one TP on comp number 1. When appropriately adjusted, renders a value of $41,420. The subject has 2. Comp number 2, we have 1508 South Fuqua. That one sold for $52,500. Again, now this is twice the size of the subject property, and it only has one TP. So obviously it's going to be more valuable than the subject. It renders a value of 38,000 and change for comp number 2. When you move to comp number 3, we're going to, you have 3 and 4. Again, this is in that whole area. We had a lot of sales information. We had a lot of transactions. This is another sale. Again, the land square footage is very similar. It had 7,500 square feet as opposed to 7,000. Sold for $36,000. It only had one TP on that one. Again, renders a value of $37,030. The last one is twice as big as the subject. It's 14,000 square feet as opposed to 7,000 square feet. But again, this is in that entire area. You're going to see evidence here a little bit later about, what's in and about that area, that there may be some trashy stuff. Hey, all of these sales are in that same area. They're Fuqua, Hood Street, Dowdy, San Antonio. It's all exposed to that same area. This particular sale on comp number 4 sold for $80,000, and it's 2 lots. And when you consider that the subject is 1 lot, and it's basically half the value, this sale supports the value that we have on the subject property. You'll look at the median value is 40,000 and change, which supports the value that we have of 39,000 and change. Moving on to equity. These are not necessarily sales. These are just other comps. And you could see that when you look at the value for the land and you look at the actual square foot for the land, you could see congruency there. And it renders the value that we currently have because it's the exact same. You take away the extra TP and the adjustment is exactly the same because they're on the same table. So the median equity value is 39,180, and that's what the subject is. Comps number 1, 2, and 3, they're all on South Dowdy Street. And that's all we got. I think that's all we got. I mean, we have the sales ratio report in that entire area, indicating, I think it was 97% weighted mean at the bottom there. So again, that just reaffirms the accuracy of the appraisal in that entire area. And that's what we have.
Okay. The homeowner has 2 minutes for cross-examine and then 5 minutes for their presentation. So I'll give you 7 minutes.
Okay. We have the market value of our land has increased based on other sites of the exact same size on our street. These others are valued for less. For example, 1317 South Doty is valued at 17,850, which is the same size lot that we have. The value of the same address went down from 2019 to 2020 by $480. In addition, 1409 South Dowdy is valued at 23,800 and shows no improvements on this land or structure when in fact there's a mobile home that has water, electric, and we're assuming sewer. The address 1419 South Doty also decreased from 2019 to 2020 by $240. The address 1727 South Costas Street is a larger lot size of 100 by 140 and valued at $3150. This also went down from 2019 by $200. The improvements on our land, our lot, are valued at $15,380. These increased from 2019 by $7,930. The only improvements we did during this time were an addition of a storage shed, which is valued at about $800, and a covered patio that was valued at $500 for a total of only $1,300, which we believe to be fair improvement value, as my husband and a friend, built those two items. In addition, the 1317 South Dowdy lot, their land is valued at 17,850, which is the exact same lot size as ours, and our land value is 23,800. Mac, do you want to add anything?
Yeah. Did they receive the pictures? I don't have the paper in front of me with that address of where that mobile home is, or they're showing no improvements.
Which is 1409.
Right. Does the board have the pictures of the property we're talking about, approximately 4 lots down?
We can look that up.
We have the pictures of your evidence, sir. The board should have that as well. Continue on. Is that their evidence?
Correct.
I have pictures. Does the board see their pictures?
Pulling up the protest form, maybe it's in there. Give me just a moment.
All I see is the
The form.
affidavit and the letter.
It's in the protest. It's in the other one.
Yes, I got pictures now.
Yeah, we mailed pictures in the original protest on June 9th.
Yes.
We have
By
the
certified
pictures.
mail.
Okay. What I would say is that I have that in my possession.
We have them.
I understand. I'm affirming to you that I have photos in my possession. I would just say, let's stop the time until those can get other stuff.
Okay, I'll stop the time.
Charlie, do you have them?
Yes.
All righty, we're good to go.
Oh, there they are. Why, where were those?
Under the images.
In the images?
From the original.
Okay, we can continue because we're going to display it here. Just Oh, make that big, please. You're sharing that screen. Is everybody seeing these pictures?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of hard to see, but this is kind of there's a dumpster with some trash, and it appears to be like washers and dryers and other, for lack of a better term, crap out front. Next is a sideways picture of their fence, which is a corrugated fence, and there's some trash to the right. If you were to orientate it correctly, that's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Continue on. The next picture, and this is, of course, with the permission of the property owner. I'm just trying to describe what the pictures are because they're in black and white. This is, again, the fence and the trailer behind the fence that's there. And next. And this is, again, another picture of the fence. It's not my time, but I just want to know which property is that, ma'am, sir, ma'am?
Do you have that address, babe?
I believe that address is 1409 South Dundee.
South Dowdy? Got it.
Yes, which is approximately 3 lots down from us.
Thank you very much. Okay.
And again, the same address is showing no improvements or structure on that lot, when in fact there is a mobile home. And again, we are assuming he has water, electric, and sewer. And if that is not shown, there's probably bigger things that need to be addressed if somebody's living there with no, sewer, water, or electricity.
Out so I can see where. Okay, let's, you said it's 1409?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the subject is 1421, so it's north of the subject?
27069.
Yeah, it's right. Are you sure it's not, 27, you sure it's not this account? Kind of what it looks like. This is, Robert, this is her time or their time?
Yes.
I think that's it. And so I don't want to step on their time, but I was just trying to find out where that was.
Okay.
It's going to be basically diagonal from the corner of 5th and Dowdy.
Right,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's what I have, which is 140. Let me look at that. Yeah, 1405 through 14 something. Yeah, 1405 South Dowdy, I believe is what it is. And
1405. Sure. Oh, that's on
yeah, 1405 is what it is, not 1409. And so, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So zoom in one time. This is the picture. This is the picture. Just like put your hand right here. This is the crap in the front, and this is the fence, and that's the mobile home. And this, if you can, that is that. Put your hand right here. This is the crap in the back. This is 1405, and we do have a mobile home on 1405. Yeah. So that's. I hope I've answered that question.
Mike, is the mobile home on a separate account?
No, not on.
Perhaps that's why they wouldn't see it on there.
Again, the property owner indicated 1409, where the mobile home is 1405. That's what I'm affirming to you. If you take off the, can you take off the IDs, the property IDs?
1409 looks like it's just to the south there. It looks like an empty lot.
Yes, that's correct. And that's probably where the confusion is coming in. That's enough. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, sorry, Scott. But we should continue to let them have their time. I mean, whatever time they have.
You have a little over a minute left if you'd like to continue.
Yeah, I would just also say there is lots that are currently still for sale in between our address and, if you're saying that's 1405, then there are still current lots that are still for sale that have been for sale for years, and it's due to the fact of that property owner is the reason why those properties aren't selling, is because of the trashy neighbor like that.
All right. Anything else y'all want to tell us?
Is there anything else on that sheet, babe?
No, those are the things we wrote down.
Okay.
Robert?
Okay, at this point then, Mike, you've got 2 minutes for cross-examine and 2 minutes for rebuttal.
Right. On the cross-examine, I just want to verify, do you have two, like on your lot, do you have two taps? Do you have?
I do have two taps, but they are not, they're not pad sites. It's just gravel. They're not concreted pads or anything.
Yes, I understand. Thank you, sir. I just wanted to make sure you had two. Secondly, I just want to go into the, I guess look into 1317 South Dowdy, if we don't mind looking that up for my rebut or cross-examine. I want to see what the difference is, because they indicated that was 17,000.
Go ahead.
We're going to try to pull that up. That account number is 27055. We're going to look where that is on pictometry. So, okay. This, that appears to be a smaller lot. I can look at it. Let's go back to the card. Go into the link. Yeah, just go into it. You got to double click it right there. Go into market. It says 7,000, but it looks smaller. I wonder why. It says 7,000. 255 a square foot. I think it's just north of 5th is where we made the break. So it's past that area. Close that and go pictometry, or just minimize it. Just minimize it. Just, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think even though the pictometry imagery shows this as kind of a smaller, that's about the same size as the subject. It looks to be the same size. I guess north of 5th Street is where we made that break. But what I would say is that the subject is probably the same value as 27 right next door, 27065, 27064, 27063, 27062. It's probably just the same. And it's probably the same as the one across the street at 27067. We just
I'd like to see the one next door.
Sure. 27065.
Yes,
You just want to, you're looking at the land value?
correct.
Okay. For the record, the subject property's land price per square foot is,
$3.40.
yeah, $3.40. Okay. And the one next door, sorry. Market 9. Is also $3.40. It's also 23,800, just like the subject.
All right.
What I would say is that, you know, further north, that must have been where the break was. I don't know if the road changes or something, but there was something in those years that made us stop there. But as far as equity, you know, I've presented stuff right next door, you know, in my information of equity, I've presented stuff right next door. Is that my time, Robert?
Yep, that's your time.
Okay.
So the homeowner has 2 minutes for rebuttal, and then we'll go to our closings.
Yeah, as far as your comment on the equity right next door, yeah, I would assume they would have more equity when it's a brand new mobile home that was placed on the property. I just feel like it's just incorrect valuation, and especially the improvements. When I can definitely, you can go over to Lowe's down in Aransas Pass and get an $800 storage shed, and let's put it together. And $8 4x4s that we put up ourselves. I just think the valuation is incorrect for the area with some other properties, the same square footage, for less amount.
Okay.
Laura, do you have anything else?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And again, I think back to what Max said a few minutes ago, you know, those lots in between our neighbor and the junkyard, a couple of, you know, lots away from us, those are going to have a really hard time selling. And I think that's proof that they've been sitting there for, you know, almost 3 years now because of who the neighbors are down the street. I don't know how our value of our home or our lot can continue to go up with a property like that 2 or 3 houses down or lots down. And others on the same street have gone down.
Okay.
I don't have anything additional.
Okay. Mike, you've got 1 minute to close.
Sure. What I'd like to close with is first, in summary, both the grids, both the sales grid, we had a lot of good sales information in and about that subject property owner's area. The subject was a sale when we increased years back. You know, the property owners keep saying that the value of the land is going up. It's not the land, it's the improvements. I asked the question whether they had 2 taps, and they did affirm that they had 2 taps. For the record, I don't even have a storage shed assessed for the property. I don't even have one assessed.
What were the improvements last year on this property?
We only had them assessed for 1 trailer pad last year. Now we have 2. That's the only difference between last year and this year. That's all we're talking about. And the property owner has affirmed that they have 2. And as far as the, you know, the mobile home next door, you know, or whatever, you know, we're just looking at land equity at that point.
All right. I have another question.
Okay.
I'd like to see the value of the land at 1419 South Dowdy
Sure.
last year.
1419. 1419. Yes. That's the one you asked about before, 340 a foot?
No, that was the one next door. Is that the same address?
Yeah, the subject is 1421, but we can look it up.
I'd like to see that because they have where it says their property decreased by $240.
Okay.
And I'd like to see that.
1419. They have a value of 28,300.
28,300.
Yeah, their TP. Let's see, 19. Yeah, their TP went down a little bit.
Why is that?
The land value was exactly the same.
But why did their TP value go down?
I don't know. I mean, it's just depreciation, is what I would imagine.
Well, because you got one of theirs at the 7930, like you got hers, and then you have the other one for theirs 7450. I would think that you would have them both at the same price
Well,
or value.
it depends on when they were put in, Ramona. I mean, we could look at the differences. I can go to print preview on that card right there. Just go to print preview. No, that's the subject. I was the one next door. I mean, they have the comp 7925 2018 as opposed to yes. Account 27065.
So TPs depreciate?
Yeah, they're like any improvement asset, and then they have four.
Residential.
Yeah, residential ones do for sure. Remember, the commercial trailer pads are in a different situation where they're like used in production.
Right, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, residentials depreciate. We don't treat them, they're actually even less than, they're 7,000, almost 8,000 to begin with. So this is the one next door, and
Mhm.
it's at 7925 per unit.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know what the question is. It's 7530.
Well, their property, and it's probably the depreciation on the TP, but the value decreased by $240 is what they're saying from last year to this year.
Yeah, yes, next door they did. They depreciated. The reason that
Okay.
the subject went up is because we picked up an additional TP. But
I understand that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're at the same price, $79.25 per unit.
Okay. The homeowner has 1 minute for their closing.
What are you saying that is 7925?
On our evidence in the card, if you'll look at it says trailer pads. Pads are a misnomer. It's the water, sewer, electric, and you'll see the unit price is $79.25.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had two connections for 3 years now, and so if you're saying they depreciate over time, then why is it going up?
Because we only had you assessed for one, sir. So we had you under assessed in that statement. We had you under assessed for the last 2 out of the 3 years.
Dave, I would just go off of that sheet again. Just repeat that sheet on the valuation of like Doogie's lot and the junkyard.
So again, the 1317 South Dowdy lot, the land value is valued at $17,850, and our land, same lot size, is valued at $23,800. It's 5 lots down from us on the exact same street.
That's the 1317 South Dowdy.
Yes.
And that's where he's saying that there's a land break there.
It's probably on Fifth Street. And I would guess the break is Fifth Street, or Betting Man.
So it's a different land table.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, Robert, where are we?
Okay, we're in our 5 minutes of deliberation for the board.
Last year they had one TP valued at $79.30, and this year they've added one for $74.50. Wow, I know that they've added, just now found the second pad. I think that we should still reduce it so that they're both the same. Do you agree?
I don't know if they've depreciated differently over different time periods. That would account for the difference.
But if they're both put in at the same time and just now the district has found them, I just kind of feel like they should be both should be depreciated to the same amount, not just one.
If I could answer that question for you, Ramona, they are both at 2018. They're both at 79.25, and they're just like the one next door, 79.25. They're both assessed at 79.25, and they're both at 2018. So I did put them on older. You know, I didn't add it new. I hope I've answered that.
So if they're both at 79.25, shouldn't the improvement value then be 15,850, not
Correct.
15,380?
That's why I'm saying they should be both to be brought down to the 74.50.
15.
I think 74.50.
Yeah, but the 15,850 is the base price. And then that's 97%, you know, 3% depreciated at 1530. It's just like the one next door, and it's on the proper depreciation table. Like if you go to the one next door, the one next door was what? 79 what?
I don't know.
If I can pull up that thing again just to show you.
I'd like to see it.
Sure.
Yeah. I just want to point out that they're all feeding the same way. I want the print preview card on the one next door. You'll notice that this has a unit base price of $17.25 right in the middle of the screen. It's 2018, just like the subject, $79.30, and that's depreciated. That says 95%.
Yeah, and the improvement value is
It's 75.30.
75.30.
Yeah.
So you know, I feel like they should be treated the same and have both of theirs at 75.30.
Okay, so 75.30.
15,060.
Okay.
What do you think, Charlie?
I'm okay with this.
Okay. I make a
I'm good.
motion. Go ahead.
So I'm good with that. So the grand total, the new total then would be 38,860.
Thank you. I make a motion on account number 58434, that we reduce the value for 2020 from 39,180 down to 38,860, addressing the incorrect market value and the equity value and any other issue that may arise with this account.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
21.
The answer is 38,860. You'll receive a document in the mail verifying that. It will come by snail mail.
No problem. Thank you.
Hang on. You know what? I know you've ruled, but just for the record, I was thinking, why are they different depreciations? I just want to show you, I know you've ruled, I'm okay with the ruling, but I just want to show you that on the one next door, when I said pull up the one next door, since we've already certified, they pulled up 2021 and it had one more year of depreciation. That's why they were different. I'm just telling you they're the same, but I'm okay with the ruling. So
Okay.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't matter, but we should have been Johnny on the spot there. I had, it was killing me why they were different. And it's because when we pulled up the one next door, it automatically defaults to 2021. And so it had an additional year of depreciation. So I just want the board to be aware that they're equal.
Okay,
Okay.
Okay, I'm okay with the ruling.
all right. Hearing is closed.
Thank y'all very much.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mike, do we have anybody else waiting?
We don't have anyone else for the 8:30 docket, and nobody's checked in for the 10 yet.
Okay,
Just straight up affidavit.
We have a straight up affidavit at 1:30 where it says that they do not intend to appear in person or by telephone. Of course, there's the disclaimer at the bottom that says if they do appear in person, that's okay, even if they check that box. But by all indications,
we need to reconvene at 10 o'clock though to see if anybody shows up there. Is that right?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, but would you like to hear the affidavit now?
I'm okay with going ahead with that.
If you give me a 5-minute recess.
Okay.
It's all right. Neither one of us were in it. I'm like, why is that showing different? Like, I saw 95. I was like, no way. There's no way it's different. Like, why is it different? That's crazy.
I'm back.
I think they must be gone at the room there.
Yeah, that's okay. Ramona,
Yes, sir.
is that trailer that's on the map there the same trailer that goes into the country club? It's got to be a different trailer.
It's a different trailer. There's two. There's one by the country club, and then this one. It's just on the south side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just read the name and said, whoa, wait a minute.
You're like, wow, where did that come from?
Yeah. What case number is the affidavit?
The case number is 1022. I'm gonna get a coffee. I'll be right back.
That's okay. Ah, there it is. Page 4, middle of the page.
Okay.
And it's in the 130 docket. There it is. Oh, the pawn shop, is that it?
I think that's the coffee shop. The Daily Grind.
Oh, yeah, same color paint. Cute.
Right?
Oh, okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
You all set?
I believe so.
Okay. In that case, we're opening a hearing on case ID 2020-1022, account number 28500. This hearing is being recorded. We have the appraisal review board that will be hearing a protest today. For the record, that's Charles Powers, Robert Dayton, and Ramona LeBlanc. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your request, of the protest. Protester has the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to the protester with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material is assumed to have been provided with the affidavit. The ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 4166F, and I'm located in the state of Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I am physically located in Texas.
I, Ramona LeBlanc, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I'm signing to that effect, and I am physically located in Texas.
My name is Val Smith. I'm a notary public. I am witnessing Mr. Powers, Mr. Dayton, and Ms. LeBlanc's signatures via Zoom, and I'm physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
My name is Michael Soto. I do solemnly swear the appraisal review board for the Aransas County Appraisal District. True and correct.
District representative will now read the affidavit into the record.
I got a swearing too. I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Okay, at this point, I'm going to read the property owner's affidavit of evidence. It is at 1:30. I believe it's Michelle McMahon. And it's case number 1022. 302 South Austin Street, Rockport, Texas 78382. We have a phone number and an email for the daily grind listed. 302 South Austin. The incorrect square footage on building is the other that is being described. Hurricane Harvey destroyed over 1,100 square feet of building, which is now part of courtyard area. The previous 1,100 square feet is pictured with the description. The remainder of the building comes to a square footage of 4,522. Attached, it says, I do not intend to appear at the hearing by telephone or conference call. County of Aransas, Michelle McMahon, on the 10th day of August 2020, before Heather Rendon. We have East Main. We have a picture, a sketch, which has a courtyard, and then we have East Main, and then we have Water Street and Austin Street and Wharf Street. And you could see the dimensions that are there. There's a 94 by 21 by 46 by 52 by 49 by 6. It says 6, but I think that has to be 77. I don't know. It says 6 on that. What would be the left side of the page?
Should be 73.
Yeah. The 71, 21 plus 52 is 73. So I don't know what the 6 is about. But then you have 49 plus 46. So that'd be 95 rather than 94. So that dimension doesn't quite add up either. Again, this is the information that's presented by the property owner. I will continue on. There's a photo attached. And then there's another photo attached, the loss of the 1,100 square feet. And you can kind of see the difference in the slab location, the 1,100 square feet. You see that on that next page?
Yeah.
And then there's another picture where you can, yeah, it says now courtyard. So there's a difference there. And I believe that's their only thing under protest.
Yes.
So I don't know if we built a grid for that, but at this point, what I would say is let's investigate their claim in pictometry and look what it was before and what it is after.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, Eamon, I didn't know that it was this. That's okay. It's just a simple. So this is, if we could go straight down, like on the, yeah. So that's kind of what we have now. And if you could do the before. That's the hurricane. So the courtyard appears to be the same. So if you zoom in one time, oh no, there is a part of this.
Mhm.
It's not the whole thing, but it's just a part of this that appears to be, like in the right picture, you can actually see that it's kind of, well, on the left picture, you can actually see the concrete hash marks. You know, it kind of looks like a grid. And that looks to be the area in question. I guess what I would say is let's measure what we have right now. Like, let's just do a gross measurement here and see what we have, you know, from point to point. What are you doing? Where are you going?
Measuring? We're not measuring?
Yeah, okay. You're doing area though, right?
I wasn't planning on doing area, but I can. You want to do area?
Oh, we can, it'd be easier, I think. And just go to the boundary lines, yeah.
I think that might be an eve that we're on.
Yeah, and it's, We have 4423 as a rough estimate. And I think their assertion was that they believe that they have 4522.
That's what I got from their drawing.
And their drawing seems to indicate, when we add those numbers up, their drawing seems to indicate that it's 4522. So let's see what we have assessed in the card. Act like we're going into the 2020 year, today's card.
You got 5355.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
For a preview on it, what do you see?
I want to see 2020 preview, print preview. Yep. And so, you know, we're talking about, if you look at the center of the screen where the sketch is, we're talking about the center area where it kind of kicks over. It's that 22 by 4 area, and then coming back towards the middle of the building. So I guess we would just agree in principle that the 4522 that they've indicated should be the value of the subject. And so with permission, I'd like to go in and change the square footage.
Yes, but
Yes.
before you do that, the porch the open porch would then grow.
That's correct.
It's because this is on income, the open porch isn't contributing anything. It's not rentable area.
Okay,
Because at the very top, it says appraisal method. So again, this is showing an income method. So the net rentable space is a contributing factor.
We can
okay.
put a note in this to redraw it for this year, but we don't have to redo the whole cost approach during this hearing.
Yeah, we can just,
What's the,
what we can do at this point, go into, just go to close. We're just going to show you as we're doing it. So we're going into the improvement, and we're going into the main area, and we're actually forcing the number of square feet in an override situation. So we're clicking override.
it's 2020, it has to be supplemented.
I'm sorry, I have supplement first.
Yeah, go ahead and do that though. I mean, that's okay.
I'm gonna bring this all back over here so I can see it.
Okay.
Oh, good, because I needed to see that.
We're doing this, and we're going to show you that we're going to change the square footage. We agree with the property owner on the square footage.
It comes to 460. That's what it ends up being, 460.
On an income basis.
On an income basis, it does what?
The overall value becomes 460,000.
Okay.
Instead of 500 and what?
523, I think.
I think we had 520.
544.
544, it goes to 460,000 and change.
460, right?
460,000 even?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in this screen, you can see that we can go to area, override area. Override, and we're doing 4522. And we hit recalculate. Obviously, it has a different cost value than income, but we wanted you to, we'll put a note in the account also that we need to, the porch needs to increase, but that's not, from an income basis, it's not as relevant. The main area rentable space is relevant.
Right. Gotcha.
Redraw building.
And we're here to answer any of the questions the board may have.
I don't have any questions. The 460,000 is the answer you get with the new area.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't present our evidence, but our evidence was based on the income basis. If you want to see that, we're welcome to show that.
I'm looking at it now.
I have a problem with this because I don't think she rents out to herself.
Right. She
So she's not getting this income from herself, and she has very little space to rent out to anybody.
Yeah, and that's a really good point, Ramona. but it's not the rentable space to a person of itself. It's the rentable space as a total, meaning that if I owned it, I'm not
This is how she makes her living.
I understand that. And part of that is that she has the rentable area that's there. And so if I owned it, would I be treated differently than if a property owner, like a single tenant owner? And the answer should be no. Like, you can't treat people differently. So if I owned it and I rented to her and she's a coffee shop, that's a rentable space. The fact that she owns it means that she takes that rentable space, she capitalizes, a monetary income from it, and she writes off that rentable space from what she actually does in her IRS. So you can't treat two people differently, is my point.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't realize that this is being done on an income basis now.
Well, we have no evidence for that. All we know is that they're correcting the number of rentable square footage for the building.
Yeah, but you didn't tell anybody that they were going on an
That's
income
not
basis.
under protest.
Yeah, the only thing under protest is square feet. The income model was used. I guess we should go through our evidence real quick, just to formulate a basis for, let's go ahead and go through that.
Go ahead.
Okay,
I'll go through it real quick. This is property 28500. Last year's market value is 269,990. It is the Daily Grind and the John Martell photography studio place in downtown Rockport. It was noticed at $544,090. On the next page, it's because it has a net rentable area of 5,355 square feet. It was $10 a foot as market rent with 5% vacancy and no expenses, strip centers and retail spaces leased on a triple net basis. The cap rate was 7.4 and the tax rate there is 1.95. So the overall rate is 9.35, giving a capitalized value on the 50,872 of market net NOI. The value is 544.90. The property owner has submitted evidence that the net rentable area is different than the square footage we have, and I will, and we're agreeing to that in principle for this year. It will be redrawn next year. The last page is the equity grid showing that this property wasn't treated any different than the other ones. It's the last one, actually, not the first one. They all have the same lease rate, the same expenses, the same cap rate, same vacancy. And this one was no different. And I didn't receive any square footage information or anything earlier. I hadn't seen it till just now. But I don't have any problem with that change. This seems accurate. That's all.
Okay. Guys, I'm good with the 460.
I am too.
I'm not.
On what basis?
I just don't agree. I don't agree on this. I don't feel good about it.
Is it because of the cost basis value
Exactly.
or okay?
So y'all can make a ruling, but
Okay.
I mean, I'm willing to make a ruling. So on case ID 2020-1022, count number 28500, considering Q5, the difference, the other being a difference in net rentable area, I recommend that we lower the 2020 value from $544,090 to $460,000.
Second. I second it.
Okay. All in favor?
2 ayes, 1 nay.
Exactly.
Okay. For the record, 2 ayes, 1 nay. The ayes carry. Hearing is closed. And we have nothing until 10 o'clock, right?
Right, we're just waiting to see if anybody shows up at 10 or who shows up at 10.
Yep.
Or calls in, so we can recess until 5 till or something like that.
Sure.
Okay.
All righty.
See you
See you
at
then.
5 minutes to 10.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Jonathan is getting ready to zoom in. So I don't know if we want to wait till 10. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it's just a matter of making.
All right.
I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
There. We need to on this too.
Fire alarm. Yikes.
Well, while I'm sitting at Best Desk. Okay, for anybody that's there, we do have a person that's called in for the 10 o'clock.
Okay.
It's case number 1025.
Okay, Mendoza.
Okay.
Hey, Ramona, you're back.
Yes, sir, I am. How are you?
Doing fine.
Good.
Robert Dayton on, and Charlie is still stepped away. The
Okay.
one person waiting for a hearing right now for 10 o'clock.
You know who it is?
Yes, it is case number 1025.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we know what we have for 10 o'clock yet?
We have case number 1025. They're ready to be brought in on Zoom.
Do you have a worksheet, a percent complete worksheet, Charlie?
Yes.
We might need one on this case,
All right.
just saying.
Okay. Yeah, I have it here. 1025. Who's going to do this? Mike there?
I am.
Okay. We're ready?
Yep,
You can,
I'll bring Mr. Mendoza in.
And they're coming in by phone, right?
They're coming in via Zoom.
Via Zoom. Okay.
But they'll be seeing the same screen, which is currently a blank blue screen now. I mean, as soon as they get in, it's still joining. They haven't joined yet.
Okay.
Still waiting for their speaker to come up now. I can see him, but I cannot hear him yet.
Mr. Mendoza?
Yes, good morning.
Okay, good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, good.
Yeah, this is Charlie Powers, the Appraisal Review Board.
Good morning.
Good morning. We have to do some administrivia before we get into the heart of the matter, so just bear with us. I'll have some questions along the way.
No problem.
We're opening a hearing on case ID 2020-1025, account 31005. This hearing is being recorded. We are the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protest today. The people present on the board are myself, Charlie Powers, Robert Dayton, and Ramona LeBlanc. I think you can see us on your screen.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. The Comptroller's Office provides an electronic survey for you to offer feedback about your experience today. It may be accessed at the appraisal district office or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. Survey is voluntary. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. We have all of your evidence. Is that correct?
I believe so. I submitted like 5 or 6 pictures. That was it.
Okay, very good. ARB members who are considering your protest have not communicated with anybody about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 4166F, and I'm signing to that effect, and I'm in the state of Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I am physically located in the state of Texas.
I, Ramona LeBlanc, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
My name is Val Smith. I'm a notary public. I'm witnessing Mr. Powers, Mr. Dayton's, and Ms. LeBlanc's signatures via Zoom, and I'm physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath. Sir, I'm assuming that you are under oath as you sign the affidavit and that you remain under oath for the duration of this hearing. You understand?
I understand, sir.
Thank you.
My name is Michael Soto. I do solemnly swear affirm the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Mr. Mendoza, do you hold a Texas appraiser license?
No, I don't, sir.
Okay. Do you have available to you the procedure times?
I do, sir.
Excellent. Then you can see at the top that you have a choice, whether the district goes first or you go first. Which would you like to do?
I'll let the district go first.
All right, Mike?
Yes, the subject property is Florida Call, Unit 29. It's 1809 Hillcrest Apartment 502. And you can see from the pictometry imagery, these were one of the units that were hit pretty hard. I think this is a totally I think that part of the building or that particular side was totally rebuilt. There's other units in there that were just only partially rebuilt, meaning that it's kind of good from the ground up. We have this currently at 100% complete. I think we're going to get some information from the property owner that may be a little bit different than that, but that's the information that we have on January 1 of this year. So for the comp sales that are in and about that subject property area, we have a couple of sales that are there. We actually have 3, and you can see from the sales, these are all subsequent to the storm, okay? So these are all sales after the storm, and they speak to the price per square foot or the value associated with these properties. You can see that the subject is 450 square feet, but it has it's one of the units that has a garage under. I believe it's a top unit. Is that correct, sir?
That's correct.
Yeah. So it's a top unit that has a garage under. And so if you're looking, the sales that were in there were sold for $60,000 in 7 of 18. A very recent sale at $54,870, and that was in April of 20. That one does not have a garage under, and that one adjusts out to $66,000 and change. This next one is $47,500. Again, it does not have a garage under. You'll notice that our evidence, the subject property is at $71,270, and these other units, they were other apart. Like you'll notice that comp number 3 is actually building number 204, and go back. Building number comp number 2 is actually unit number 202, and comp number 1 is unit number 403. So the subject is in building 502, which is completely new. And you'll notice that our grid is just comes up shy because it doesn't accommodate for the differences in those effective ages. One's brand new, and these are sales in other areas, basically. So, I mean, not other areas, but other buildings. They're all part of the same complex. Our median value indicates a value of $63,139. Moving on to equity, I think equity is under protest as well. On equity, it's just like other units that are in that 500 building. So, you know, again, the difference between 500 and the rest is building 500 is completely new. So you got building number 505, 503. It has the exact same square footage, has the garage under just like the subject, and it's exactly 71,270, just like the subject. Moving forward to comp number 3, again, you're looking at a value that's that has a value of 61,390. It's a little bit different. I don't know why the difference on that particular one, but it has a rendered, that's unit building 400 rather than 500. So again, the median value that's of properties that are exactly like the subject is 71,270. So from an equity standpoint, it's supported. From a sales comparison, it comes up a little bit shy. I don't have any sales in building 500. I just don't. So we don't know what the sales price of a brand new unit there is. That's all the information that I have. I know that the subject property owner is going to talk about some kind of percent complete, and I'm interested to hear that.
Okay, Mr. Mendoza, you have 2 minutes for cross-examination, and then you have 5 minutes for your case. So I'll put you down for 7 minutes here.
Okay. Am I able to share screen or not?
I don't know.
I can share what you have sent in.
Okay, yeah, but I have the pictures. I can share them on the screen if you like.
Yeah, we have it right here, sir. Is this
Okay, well, that first picture right there is the actual new construction. That's exactly correct. In 2017, Harvey leveled the whole section. We're about 7 apartments. My apartment is the one that has the open garage right there by my walker. So thanks for allowing this platform, guys, because I am totally disabled. So it makes it a lot easier to be able to do the Zoom conference. But that is correct. And most of the units were finished in October, November, December were completed. My keys, I did not accept my keys till a month ago. And this is what I've received. So if you go to the next picture, I have a complete white box. There's my garage. There's completely white box, no improvements at all. If you go to the next picture, you'll see the interior of my home. That's the way I've received it. These pictures were taken last week, so I have no improvements at all. You go to the next one, that's the entry from the door. That's the bedroom with the closet. So that's what I have. I have, like I said, a white box with no improvements. Go to the next picture. Okay, well I'll go back, but that's an equity picture right there. And I think there was one last picture, right?
Yes.
Okay, so, well, basically, gentlemen, I mean, I have a home that is, there's nothing there. I have no improvements whatsoever. It's the appraisal district is correct, and that I'm being assessed at 71,270, just like the other units in unit 5, right? However, the units have all been brought up to speed. My condition is what you see as of last week, so that was a condition as of January 1st, 2020, with no improvements. So again, if you go back to that comp that was mentioned, condo 204, yes, it's an original unit. Yes, it has no garage. That was the only comp in 2019 for which is the tax year we're protesting. That was the only comp in the whole complex, and it sold for $47,500. So if you net out, $5,000 for the lot, I mean, you're looking at a value of about 42. This does have a $4,730 allowance for the lot. So that if you take that out, I mean, you're looking at 45,000, and that's completely improved. That's what that unit sold, completely improved. So I have a unit that's not improved. Yes, it's newer, but I have no improvement. I have no cabinets. I have nothing, when it comes to inside of the home. The next comp that was mentioned was a condo 202, which was the same section. It's also a garage. It was converted, and that sold just recently in April at $54,870. Again, if you net that out from the lot, I mean, you're talking about a sales price, and net sales price about $49,000. Again, completely improved with cabinets, with plumbing, with everything. Okay, so I'm looking at it, if these are selling into 48, 47, you net out half of that for improvements, what do you got left? You got 20, 25,000. I said 30,000 as I thought was a fair price. So that's what I'm looking at. Now, if you look at the price per square foot and you look at the equity section, that one picture that I showed you, that is my neighbor. And I just have the privilege that when I was taking pictures out yesterday, that I was able to go into his unit. And you saw the picture, it was picture number 5, I believe, the one we kind of glanced over. And he has a completely finished granite counter tiles, stainless steel appliances. I mean, that's worth $71,500. I don't have any of that. So that's the angle I'm coming from. Again, if you take them individually, again, if you look at unit 501, which is right next to me, she has 810 square feet. And if you're taking the actual improvements of 95,670 where she's being taxed, that's $118 a square foot. I'm being assessed at, I believe, $135 a square foot, unimproved. Now, unit 501, that is improved, again, is being assessed at 118 improved. I'm unimproved, and I'm being assessed at 158. So I don't think that's equitable. Now, I'll give you another insight. If you look at the very first picture I showed you, where my walker was out there, if you look at unit 504, that unit has 2 apartments, has a complete apartment above and an apartment below at 504B, and that's pictured in that picture right there. So where he's being assessed at $85,000 for 900 square feet, he has 450 above and an apartment 450 completely improved. So he's being taxed at $94 a square foot. So square footage prices are all over the place. I don't think that the district has done a good job to go out there and see the actual units. I don't know when's the last time they've been out there, but again, unit 504 reflects 2 complete apartments above and below. And the picture will indicate there's 504 and 504B. And that would be that first picture that we submitted into evidence, which is 2 units over from mine. So again, the valuations are all over the place. And I don't see how something like this I could sell right now for $30,000 without any improvements. That concludes my end.
Okay, thank you.
So, in the cross, is it my cross examination?
Yes, it's your cross, and so
So,
you got 4 minutes.
right. So in the completed state, so you said you just got your keys two days ago or whatever.
No, last month.
Last month. You got
Yeah.
your, so somebody comes to you with $71,000, you're doing what?
Well, I'm not selling anyway. I mean, I'm going to fix it up first. But again, I don't think I could sell it for that.
Okay.
Unimproved.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So the property, for the record, the property owner indicated that they would not sell at that price. In looking at the pictures, the first picture is obviously a garage. There's no, I mean, it looks to be okay when you're looking at his actual information. Can you go to the garage? So that's the garage. The next page is the uncompleted state of the subject. And I guess these were, you said that, is this the state that they were in on January 1st, sir?
Yes, that's correct. That's the state of it. It was last week. I took those pictures last week. So you can go out there and look at it. It'd be the same.
Okay, now I'm having trouble because you said you got the keys a month ago.
Right. Remember, I'm totally disabled, so I don't get around very quick or very fast. I don't walk, period.
No, but they look, this looks incomplete a week ago. Is that right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay, so it was incomplete on January 1st. Can we go through an illustration of a percent complete? So we're looking at the percent complete worksheet. The foundation and the framing is done. The roof sheathing's done. The roofing was complete. The exterior wall finish was complete. The plumbing was topped out. The electrical was roughed in. The windows and exterior doors, were they in?
Yes.
Okay. Insulation and heating and AC was roughed in. So the exterior finish, that gets us to 41%. Was the sheetrock in at that time, sir?
Yes.
Okay. And
Their thing was to put it as a white box. Just
Gotcha.
rough it in and here's a white box. Yeah.
okay, thank you, sir. So we're at 41 with the sheetrock. What about the doors inside, the trim work inside, the doors?
No,
inside?
no trim door inside.
Okay, so we're at 41 plus 5. Okay, and the painting obviously wasn't done. So we're looking at approximately 46% complete on the first of the year. Let's go into the account. And if we were to make this 46% complete, again, the illustration that I'm going through is the subject property owners testified about the elements which were complete on the first of the year. And if we were to put the thing at 46% complete,
Sorry, I'm supplementing first.
yeah, we're doing it behind the scenes, and we're going to pull it over so that everybody can see the new valuation. So just give me a minute.
Mhm.
All right, going from 100 to percent complete of 47, correct?
Yeah, just 46.
46, okay.
Okay, yeah, if you go to summary, the new value that's reported is 38,450.
And that counts the common elements, correct?
Yeah, it all calculates the same way.
Altogether. Okay, thank you.
38,450.
Yes, 38,450. It's on the screen.
Oh, okay.
And you can, if we went to the improvement, you can see that we put it at 46%. Go into the improvement, 46%.
That's it. Thank you.
That's all I got.
Okay. Mr. Mendoza, you've got 2 minutes for rebuttal, and then we'll go to our closings.
Okay. Well, I mean, the way I just see it, basically, if we take the assessed value, 71,270 is what they have me assess, times 46% completion, I come up with 32,780. And that's kind of what I submitted. I think I submitted 30 or 35, I'm not sure.
Okay, we did it slightly differently. We just put the 46 complete on the improvements, not on the land value also, your portion of the land.
Okay, well, that would make the difference. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, anything else?
No, I think that's okay, but I mean, that's a far cry from the 71, 270. We're not there yet. But like I said, if you look at that one equity comp, you'll see my neighbor and you'll see the interior of that neighbor. And that would be the fourth picture. And you see how it's finished out. I mean, I would definitely pay 71, 270 for that unit. But I've owned this unit since 1994. So I'm attached to my unit. I wouldn't sell it. I like my unit. I like to go fishing down there when I can. It's just, I'm a lot slower now. So, but yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Mike, you have 1 minute to close.
In closing, what I'd like to say is that the subject property owner has brought information that's relevant to the percent completeness. We went through that percent complete worksheet. I believe that the new value at 38,450 is correct, both from an equity and a value standpoint.
Okay. Mr. Mendoza, you have 1 minute to close and tell us anything else you want us to hear.
No, I just appreciate the opportunity to do the Zoom conference. That's all, guys, because it really makes it convenient. And I know here in San Antonio, I own a home and we're not doing any Zoom conferences. So it's very difficult to explain this over the phone. And it's certainly a lot harder to be there in person. So thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so we have 5 minutes to deliberate here.
I think it's a good number. Let's go with it.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I think the percent worksheet is a good number. So on account 2020-1025, account number 31005, when it comes to the incorrect appraised market value and the appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of equity, I recommend that we lower the 2020 value from $71,270 to $38,450 based on evidence provided by the property owner.
Second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you for your service too.
Thank you. You have a great day.
You appreciate it. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, our next case is in person. I'm gonna go bring them in. It is case number 2020-1450. Donald Schmidt.
450.
Is this
Okay, I've got two of them.
payment?
Is this you?
If it's not, no, just pop up. How do you? Oh, it's just.
I'm trying to close out and I'm not able to. Maybe you can close out on your end.
Yeah, I can get it for you. Yeah, have a good one.
This is a regular one, Eamon.
When he gets out of Zoom and everything. He'll be here.
Might want to hit that light right there.
This is 1450, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Just a second.
We need to come to some conclusion on what we're actually going to look at here. If you look at the protest form, it's just incorrect damage assessment rating for a property.
Market value.
Okay.
You agree, Ramona?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that that's essentially the question. It's important that well, I'll just say from my perspective, the one that's checked, it's important to distinguish that the incorrect disaster exemption, well, I can't talk about it. I'll talk about it under oath when he's here, but
Okay.
And I'm gonna move an extra chair out of the way.
hello, sir.
Well,
It's okay. You can leave that there. He can take that one. Or either one.
Well, it just makes it easier.
Okay. Sorry, Val. Yeah, just right over there. You can move that chair anywhere along that desk you'd like, sir.
Good morning.
morning.
This is Charlie Powers, Appraisal Review Board.
You want to show them who he's talking to here. Hello, sir. My name is Mike Soto. I'm the district representative. You have the board members that are appearing by Zoom right there. So they're going to be hearing your case. Charlie will go through a few things.
Little administrivia before we get started. Opening a hearing on case ID 2020-1450, account 18299. This hearing is being recorded. We are the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protest today. Available via Zoom, I'm Charlie Powers, Robert Dayton, and Ramona LeBlanc. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. The survey may be completed using a survey form and emailed to ptad.communications@cpa.texas.gov or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. Survey is voluntary. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. I assume we have all of your evidence. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
Very good. ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone and are signing an affidavit to that effect. I shall begin with I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I am located in Texas.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I, Ramona LeBlanc, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
My name is Val Smith. I'm Notary Public. I'm witnessing via Zoom Mr. Powers, Mr. Dayton's, and Ms. LeBlanc's signatures, and I'm physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
So if you will state your name and then read this statement aloud.
Affidavit of sworn testimony. I do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the appraisal board, review board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
And if you'll state your name,
Donald Schmidt.
and if you will sign.
Mr. Schmidt, do you have a Texas appraiser license?
No, sir.
Okay. On the table in front of you is a chart of procedure times.
I saw that.
Okay. We're going to follow that throughout the hearing. You have a choice. Do you want the district to go first or do you want to go first?
Let's let the district go first.
Okay, my name is Michael Soto. I do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony shall present to the appraisal review board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct. Okay, the subject property is, it's here at 208 West Morgan. It's in the Dowdy Mathis subdivision. This is an area that experienced some change just due to sales information. I think what's important to understand is I believe that market value is really a question. If you would, if we could go over to the taxpayer protest form, and it's really relevant to how I'm presenting my case. On their protest form, it says the house has a lot of hurricane damage, water and wind. And then there's a large statement after that. For the record, I believe that the property owner is talking about market value, so that's where my evidence is going to be presented. But I will state for the record that to my knowledge, I do not have an exemption disaster rating for the year in question in which the law existed, which means this temporary does it qualify for a temporary disaster exemption? That is into effect for the 2020 year. But, there's not a disaster associated. I believe the disaster, I could be wrong, but I think the disaster is talking about Hurricane Harvey, which that law did not exist in 17. And so I will also state for the record, I do not have in my possession an exemption application from the subject property owner. Having said all of that, I just want to say that I believe that the subject property owner's main issue is that he has some things that are damaged in his property. Is that a fair statement, sir?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and now present my evidence. So my evidence has to do with comp sales in and about that area. So you could see that this is in that Manning Market South area, the very first sale. You can see that the subject property is a very low-class property, meaning that it has classes from 1 to 7. 7 is an excellent home. 4 would be an average home. The subject property is a class 2, which we have as a fair home, a fair class home. And you can see the comp number sale number 1 is a 3, and it sold for $69,000. It's actually even smaller land element. When you look at that and you compare it to the subject, it purports a value of $85,000 and change. Comp number 2 is on Corpus Christi Street. Again, this is a class 3. It sold for $76,911. And it's a 3 PH, which is the old hardy plank. It's like the old kind of masonite hardy plank. Comp number 3 is a class 4. It sold for $134,000. And you can see that the median of those 3 sales, the one that's most similar is comp number 1, which is a 3 MBL, which is a 3 masonry block. It's only 408 square feet, sold for $69,000. And the lot is half the size as the subject. That one purports a value of 85,000 and change for a median value there. Moving on to equity, I don't know that equity's under protest, but I'm going to present that evidence. You can see that the median value that's purported there is 63,971, which supports the valuation of 58,840. We have, as far as equity comps, we try to get other class 2 SSs, and you can actually see we actually have the first two comps are actually the exact same class and the exact same square footage, which is very interesting. And those give values 63 and 65 respectively. They're also in that area. Fuqua and Vern is in that area of Morgan. It's in that Manning Market South area. And comps number 3 and 4 are also class 2 properties. And so again, from an equity standpoint, is he's being treated like other individuals or other parcels in the county. And the median value, 63,000, the property's only being assessed at 58,840. The remainder of my evidence has to do with just the sales grid, the appraisal ratio. And in that ratio, it's just there. It's 97% for that whole Manning area, which talks about appraisal accuracy. What we're going to hear about is any of the damage that still exists on the subject property. I will note for the record that the subject property owner has a homestead on the subject property. So, from the best of our knowledge, the subject is complete. It's being lived in, and I'm interested to hear anything that's different.
Okay. Mr. Schmidt, you have 2 minutes for cross-examine, and then you have 5 minutes to state your presentation. So I'll give you 7 minutes.
Okay, I'm not gonna need 7 minutes. My property sits on the corner lot there, and it's a fairly nice property. But next door is another vacant property, which is used for construction storage of construction materials, and it gets pretty noisy once in a while. Behind my lot, my last lot back, there's a guy on Fuqua that runs an automotive business out of his backyard, which makes a whole lot of noise.
Right.
I've called building and zoning several times. They won't do anything to it. They say, well, we can't prove it. And they know the guy, so they call him and say, hey, your neighbor's complaining. They start yelling at me over the fence. But with a property like that, I don't really believe my property is worth as much as a nice property with decent neighbors. So that's what I'm going to say about the property.
Okay, anything else you want to tell us?
Well, the house is old.
Is this your house?
That's one wall that's being held up by two 2x4s that got blown down. And then the other wall is a wall that's absolutely rotten, needs to be replaced. And there's really no foundation under it. So, yeah, that's my interior of my bedroom. And you can see the wall, and up on the ceiling part of it, there's just some plywood tacked up there. A 4x8 piece of drywall fell down, and all kinds of water went into the house. And I'm not really able to get up there and get on a ladder and do it anymore. That's in my bathroom you're seeing. That's a hole in the ceiling from water damage. Out there, there's a rotten sill. It's hard to see with the grass there, but there's a rotten sill there. The window's got a hole in it. So I can't really tell what picture that. Oh, that's my living room ceiling. Had decorative tiles on it. When the big tree branches came out of my trees and hit my roof, that dropped to the ground, and a lot of water damage to the floor. That's my front door. You can see the sunlight coming through it. The door needs a new one. With all the, stuff going on with that house, it'd be easier to tear it down if I had the money to do it. But it's certainly not going up in value. That's my front. Go down with that picture. Okay, you can see the electric wire sitting in the tree. Okay. Because the mast on the electric service got bent over and fairly expensive to replace. That's a poor picture. You can't see much there, but it's a bent pole going up. Oh, that's my flooring in the back down. There's flooring that it's all buckling up because I don't know where the moisture came from, but a lot of it came with the hurricane. But that's it's really all got to come up. You can't do much with that. I don't know what that picture is. It's just rotten.
And do you live in this house full time, sir?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, sir?
Oh, there's one of the corner of the bathtub that's tub needs to be replaced also because it's got go back right to there. There's a hole right through that rust spot there. And I put that tub in 20 years ago when I first bought the house and remodeled it, but it's gonna have to be replaced too. So it'd be easier to tear that house down with all the work it needs. It's not of any value to the property. Anybody who looks at buying that property has to look at the demolition and disposal of the home that's on it now. I don't believe anybody would buy that house to live in as is. It'd be a major remodel or demolition. So it's just whatever it would cost to get rid of it.
Okay.
That's it for me, I guess. On the
Okay. So Mike, you have 2 minutes to for rebuttal.
I was looking along, as was the board, about the physical obsolescence that obviously exists in the property. This needs some kind of physical obsolescence. It's complete. It's got an effective year of 1958, I believe. So it's depreciating on the right schedule, but it's obviously got some things wrong with it. It's no better than half good. It's probably even worse. I'd say it's on the order of 30 or 40% physical, which means that you would take away an additional, 60 or 70% of value of the structure. I'm waiting to hear from either the property owner or the ARB whether that seems in the right ballpark.
I'd like to see that, please, sir.
Okay.
30%.
Okay.
I like that. Yeah.
We're gonna throw a physical on the whole thing at 30% and tell you what that number is.
Thank you.
We have to go through an operation because we're after certification. So just give us a moment.
that's fine.
Down to see which supplement goes here. Yeah, physical to the whole thing, 30%. Your calculator. go to summary and pull it over. Okay, what this does basically, it takes the value down to 44,540. Just so you can see the improvement right here. Scott, the value of the structure is now $6,140.
Okay.
Summary, go to summary. So the total value would be 44,500.
540.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is lower than last year's value, by the way.
Yeah, last year they raised my taxes to 200, and then they wanted another $87, which is pretty close to doubles my taxes on the property. And I get Social Security, it's about all I get. I get $420 a month, so I can't afford a constant raise in prices
Okay, sir.
of anything.
Okay.
So, but if that's the best you can do for me, that's the best you can do. At least acknowledge the house is a piece of junk, and you've agreed with me on that so much.
Okay. Robert, where are we?
We're at closing.
Okay.
Actually, we're at protester rebuttal.
2 minutes?
Yeah, 2 minutes if the homeowner would like to have protester rebuttal.
I know. Skip that.
Okay. Mike, you have 1 minute to close.
In closing, the subject property owners brought physical damage that's evident. I think I've made the appropriate adjustment for that. The new value was already reported at 44,000 and change. I think that's the correct value for the property.
Okay. Mr. Schmidt, you have 1 minute to close and tell us anything else.
Well, I think I can probably get that out of that property. So it'd be foolish to argue much more about it.
Okay. So we have 5 minutes. The board, I'm good with the 44,540
Yes, so am I.
number.
I am too.
Let's do it.
Okay. So I make a motion on case ID 2020-1450, account number 18299, considering Q1 incorrect appraised market value, and then Q14 the damage assessment rating that was also talked about, that we lower based on property or based on evidence given to us by the property owner, that we lower the 2020 value from $56,840 down to $44,540.
Second.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Done. Hearing is closed. Thank you, Mr. Schmidt.
Thank you, Mr. Schmidt.
Thank you, sir.
And that concludes our docket for the morning. So unless anyone has any business other than hearings, we can recess till 1:30.
Okay,
All right. Very good.
so be it.
All right. I'll see you guys at 1:30.
Yep.
Okay.
Have a good lunch.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, I'm going to everything there.
Yeah, just. Okay. Got all that lights down. I got it all white there.
Oh, did you? Thank you. That's what I was coming to do. I'll put the pads on to.
Okay, thank you. He never touched that pad, so.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah,
it should
you're
be
good.
good.
He
I'll
did-
just let it charge.
Did, he go?
No.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Whatever.
And then where's it closed down everything but? Are you still screen sharing?
More.
No, I'm not.
Usually there's more.
Huh, you're right.
Then it can do stop live stream.
There it is. Oh, it was hiding behind the participant.
Okay, so I just do this end.
Yeah,